Welcome back. It's time to unlearn what you have learned. And, I'm going to stick on this because my brothers and sisters need to wake up, man. I've had, these constant arguments I shouldn't even have arguments with people about, what the hell is going on. But this is what they do, man. And they've been doing it for a long time. They trick us into thinking what they want us to think. They're trying to destroy the past. They're trying to say the past is the past. But once again, you remember all these different holidays. You remember 9/11. You remember all this stuff. But guess what? It's in the past. So why are we still remembering? Why are we still remembering what George Washington did? Why are we still remember what Abraham Lincoln did? Why are we still remembering about all these different people about what they did? It's in the past. But yet, the most horrible things that happened in this country to my ancestors, and still to this day, for some reason, they just think that, oh, because they're not lynching us, which honestly, they kind of still are in a way, but you know what, whatever, we're just crying and everything else. I'm going to play this clip. This is actually Denzel Washington talking about Malcolm X, not that he wasn't teaching hate. And this is what they do. They twist it around. They say, oh, you're teaching hate, when only he was pointing out the fact that, hey, if you go and, come after me, I have no, choice but to protect myself. And they turned it around as in, oh, okay, they're preaching hate or telling the truth about the white man's violence and the white man's past. Once again, oh, that's teaching hate. But yet you were beating the brakes off them in the middle of the street. You were sicking dogs on them. You were uh, spraying them with fire hydrants. And then you took everything away from us. And now you're telling us that, oh, you should be able to do it on your own when um, you are still reaping the benefits from all that whole situation. And even still today, getting black people to believe it, that is crazy. If that's not narcissistic, I don't know what to tell you. That's like beyond narcissism. It's crazy. But once again, I have to fight my own black people on this situation because they're believing it. You got to stop believing this stuff. I mean, I've seen it on the videos. I've seen different content creators. They're just believing it. But anyways, listen to what he's saying here.
He wasn't teaching hate. He was teaching common sense.
Was I not listening correctly, or?
Well, he would illustrate it this way.
I don't advocate any kind of
Okay, notice what he said. I'm sorry, I have to pause it. But he said he wasn't teaching hate. He was teaching common sense. Let's go.
hate.
There's a lot of talk that sounds very much like it.
No, I think that the guilt complex of the American white man is so profound until when you begin to analyze the real condition of the black man in America, instead of the American white man eliminating the causes that create that condition, he tries to cover it up by accusing his accusers of teaching hate. But actually, they're just exposing him for being responsible for what exists.
Is the sheep preaching hate when he says, I'm not going to let the wolf eat me anymore? If the wolf comes in here, next time he comes in here, I'll do whatever I have to do to keep him off my back. Is the sheep violent or is the wolf the violent one? Somebody's knocking you over the head, stop them. Do whatever you have to do to stop them. The ones that were knocking him over the head were afraid of the fact that he might swing back. So they said, no, he's teaching hate. He's violent. He wasn't.
Yeah. So there you go. What do you think of that? We'll continue to go down this road. We'll continue to go down this path as long as we try to sit back and act like it doesn't exist or it's not real. You know, like I told you before, if that's the case, then tell the Jews to stop crying. Tell the Jewish people of the Holocaust to stop crying. It's in the past. It's in the past. And that's not anti-Semitic. That is not racist. That is not hate. That's just pointing out the fact. The same thing you're doing to black people. It's in the past. So how is it okay for you to do it to black people and not Jewish people? It's in the past. And on top of that, it didn't even happen in this country. It had nothing to do with this country besides, the U.S. playing Captain Saberho. That's it. And I'm not calling Jews, hoes. I'm just using that as an example. They were out there playing Captain Saberho. They brought them over here. They took all the, I was going to say Russian. They took all the scientists and all the military and all that other stuff, all that technology from Hitler's reign. They took all that stuff and brought it over here to America, and then played Captain Saberho to the Jews. But once again, I'm sorry, Jewish people, it's in the past. They're telling us the same thing. Our struggles and our situation, because no matter how you look at it, I'm not saying that my situation is worse than yours. Your situation is worse than mine. It's both evil, no matter how you look at it. But here's the kicker: why is it that you guys get to have it and we don't? Why is it that everybody else gets to have it and we don't? And why is it that our own black community doesn't even see it? I'm out.